to Bulls and Bears. We're teaching you how to stretch your peso as you watch the Philippine Stock Exchange. For today, we have Mike Cardenas. We were just talking about how IT has been changing the Philippines, and we'll be continuing our discussion now. So, Mike, we'll be going into how does IT help consumers, entrepreneurs, and how can we make them not scared of technology and change and all these, and IT and itself.
John, IT can help very much depending on the leadership and how they use it. Because IT is a tool. It's like a gun. You can give a gun to a policeman and the policeman will enforce the law. And you can give a gun to a criminal and the criminal will enforce injustice. And IT develops for the sake of development. You come up with bigger things, better things, cheaper things, enabling communications, enabling computing, enabling storage of information and retrieval. But that's like coming up with a better pencil. In the end, it takes a person with the zeal to improve humanity, to improve life, to actually use it for good. Now let's bring it down from the esoteric to some practical level. Let's say you were a company that had 1,000 outlets that order from your commissaries every day. Now, in the past, what you would do is you would have these things phoned, mailed, faxed, and today you can have them on a mobile phone that's secured, and orders go straight into your computer system for production and delivery. Is there a change? The whole basic business process has not changed, but now it's more efficient. And that has actually helped a lot in terms of getting things moving faster. Now, take that a bit further down to the consumer level. Today, we spend money, take a Jeep, take a cab, or your car to an ATM. Sometimes it's not to withdraw money, but sometimes it's just to check your bank balance. But then again, you could also phone the bank, and in some cases, you can actually use your cell phone to check. There's always an expense somewhere. In this case, maybe a text charge or something, but it gets cheaper and cheaper and more efficient. And what we find in the end is people now have more time to use to do even better things, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, so as a businessman, and I think the viewers want to know also, if I implement IT, will it be expensive? Is it actually affordable?
It's surprising these days that IT becomes more and more affordable compared to, say, decades ago. What's usually the case is, please don't implement an IT solution if you don't have a problem. That's pretty much what Headway makes sure of when we go into a company.
So I guess that's what the consultancy part is, of course.
Yeah. Unfortunately, however, in the Philippines, people still have not embraced the concept of consultancy. Oh, we have tons of consultants, but they don't really get paid what they're supposed to get paid. What we do at Headway is, well, that consulting fee goes into the back-end solution. But that's just a trick to make it affordable. But first of all, one goes in to solve a business problem. Let me tell you of a time when there was not a problem. We go to this company, and they are a manufacturing and distribution company. They're using a product that was developed in the days of DOS screens. You know those screens on the PC?
I used to type in those.
Yeah.
Seed /
Okay.
CD,
And they wanted to modernize. So we asked the question, why? Well, you know, they couldn't really articulate why. They were not expanding. They were just wanted to modernize. So we went through the whole process, and we determined that, sure, you can modernize. You're going to spend this much, but you don't really need to, because at the end of the day, you don't use that functionality anyway. So what isn't broken, don't break it. Leave it there. The only weak spot was that they had a couple of guys who knew and understood the programs. So if a truck ran over these two guys, you're in trouble. So the solution to that problem was get guys to understand that system so that if that proverbial truck comes over, there'll be a replacement team. That's one of the problems that was solved with a non-IT solution. Now, fast forward to another situation where this company is bleeding money because it cannot get things moving fast enough. That's where an IT solution could come in. But if you ever get an IT vendor, consultant, or whatever, that starts in the first few meetings talking technology,
basically selling out. Like the instant solution is IT.
Yeah.
Without looking into your business directly.
Look in the business. Look at the processes. Look at the workflows. Why is it like this? Ask those questions. That's what's important. And what you might find is exactly what you found in the last episode, where you did not need an IT solution. But what we normally find is there are requirements that require an IT solution. And so here's now where, if you examine the processes, the workflows, you can start plugging them in. That's where you design the solutions. And that's when you have an optimal design, and they usually will work.
Okay. Aside from speed, what's another criteria for an entrepreneur to look into? Maybe I need IT into my business.
The entrepreneur must always look at his numbers. When we first met up, we were together in an event where there were about 30 entrepreneurs or entrepreneur wannabes. And the challenge there was only about a couple were really thinking about numbers. Everybody was in love with ideas. But the numbers is what counts, because you cannot pay people with ideas. So IT will help you two ways. One, track them down, and two, find ways to make it cheaper. That is what you want as an entrepreneur to actually do, I think.
So can you tell the viewers how much, if I want to put like a cashier system, internal cashier system into my, because I have a lot of retail stores, how much that will probably cost, and how much time will it save also at the same time?
That's a loaded question, and rather than let go of a number now, what I'd like to do is share what goes on into that.
Yeah,
okay?
what goes into that?
First of all, you have all the stores that have to be equipped with the machines. You want the machines to recognize the sale quickly. If you're selling something like this glass that does not move very fast compared to a supermarket, your cashier can punch it in. But if you're in a supermarket, you want one of those laser wands so that you can just keep on moving those barcodes. The barcodes.
Yes.
So that's consideration. And of course, with that consideration comes price. You also want to have connectivity. You want all your retail stores to connect to each other so that you can make head and tail out of the information coming out of it. And that has a cost. You also want to have business intelligence, interpret that information. So at the end of the day, an implementation, say for a 10-store outfit, could take from as short as a month to as long as 6 months, depending what you want to do. And again, the first question that individual entrepreneur wants to ask is, why do I need this? What am I trying to do? Am I trying to save money? Am I trying to look guapo to the customers? Because sometimes that's the case. And there always must be a business reason. Because once you have a business reason, you can come up with justification. Then you have this number that will justify the cost of IT. That's how one justifies an IT investment.
Yes.
If you don't do that, what will happen is your expense is just going to climb and climb and climb ad infinitum, and you'll not be very happy.
Okay. So if I'm an entrepreneur, like all our viewers here, what will happen if I put an IT system and then gets implemented, but I'm an IT idiot? Can I still go get an IT consultant? Will my consultant help me learn the technology around me? Because I think that's what I'm scared of, and maybe older entrepreneurs are scared of when technology is implemented in their business. Will I actually understand what's happening?
To paraphrase what you said, if you were an IT idiot, you should count that as a blessing.